The following introduction to the four cornerstones of enlightenment and healing appears near the end of the main text of the Totality of God, in the section subtitled Applying the System of Quadrality as a Tool for Personal Therapy or Self-Treatment. It has been excerpted in the standalone article How to Be Your Own Spiritual Detective, available as a free download at totalityofgod.com. That title came when I sought to present to the self-help community the information in a lecture format. It will also serve as the subtitle for Volume 2 of the Totality of God trilogy, and deservedly so, since its focus will be on the four cornerstones of enlightenment and healing, introduced in this section. It comes after that of the laws of karmic response and responsibility, and is intended to show how this knowledge of energetic interaction can be put to use in handling the day-to-day trials of living in a physical world. It is also available in video form, and I highly recommend its viewing in conjunction with this. The two sections together present a balanced system of personal healing based on the philosophy of the Totality of God and its governing system quadrality, by revealing and resolving the ramifications of our intentions and actions through the spiritual and physical laws of cause and effect. Karmic truth and its effect on fate clearly concerns the spiritual, while the physical deals with energetic truth and its effect on a person's well-being. An understanding of karmic truth can bring clarity to the events from our past that have brought us to where we are, and to the manner whereby we can improve what will happen in the future. But the need to make a change generally occurs as a result of some present issue for which an energy loss is occurring. This video and the one that follows on the 7 steps to well-being are ideally suited to offer help in that regard, and can serve not only individuals pursuing relief on their own, but also any health practitioners seeking a greater understanding of the energetic issues of those they treat. Crucial to being able to apply the principles expounded in it is a familiarity with the 4 pathways to light and truth, which appeared as Figure 2 on page 33 of the complete work, and would thus be available to any of its readers. To facilitate their use, they have been excerpted in another standalone article, The 4 Pathways and Their Symbolic Attributes, along with the charts in the main text detailing a collection of spiritual and physical symbolic dualities that will guide you in your quest. You will find a link to it, along with the other articles I've mentioned, in this YouTube video's description. The misuse of language is one way through which we either give or receive pain. Both cause and effect can be categorized quadralitically. The pain could be perceived spiritually as a violation of will. However, hurtful words can also affect us physically as an in-the-body experience, emotionally through the abuse or neglect of feelings, or mentally from a breakdown in self-worth or confidence. Often, we don't know what's really at the bottom of our pain, and without that information, we're ill-equipped to respond to it. To get to that place of personal knowledge, we have to become what teachers throughout the ages, from Gautama Buddha to Wayne Dyer, have instructed, each in their own way: the witness. The participant then emerges as an alchemist in life, capable of changing negative into positive. As long as we're inside our pain, we can only be subjective and see it as we experience it, not for what it truly is. Once we step outside where we can be objective, we can draw on God's wisdom and examine the facts as He sees them. Before you begin, you have to be ready, willing, and able to play by God's ground rules, the 4 cornerstones of enlightenment and healing. They are truth, faith, belief, and commitment, which uphold the 4 pathways of soul, heart, mind, and body. The four cornerstones are a subject unto itself, and will be in a future volume. However, that powerful quadrality, spiritually connected to the physical triunity preceding it a short while ago, can be adequately summarized for our present purposes in these simple interpretations of the four principles, incorporating their driving forces: honesty, trust, focus, and motivation. I now present the four cornerstones of enlightenment and healing. Cornerstone 1. Truth. Honesty is the only policy. You can't hide the truth from God, only from yourself. You'll never find what you're not honestly looking for. Truth is seeking God's will in all thought, word, and deed. Place personal truth in its context. Cornerstone 2. Faith. Without trust, all hope is lost. If you don't trust in God or the universe to meet its end of the bargain, how passionately do you think you'll go about meeting yours? Faith is the knowing without needing the evidence to support it. Cornerstone 3. Belief. You get what you focus on. Belief is the energy of formation. It's better to perceive with confidence than with doubt. Eliminate any beliefs that disempower. Pay attention to your thoughts. Focus on your strengths, not your weaknesses. Your mind is like a camera that will imprint its images on your life's film. So don't let it take a picture that's out of focus. Cornerstone 4. Commitment. The power to change comes from the motivation for it. Living by your truth takes commitment. Positive change requires a positive alignment in thought, word, and deed. Be resolved to do whatever it takes. The way to success is never to yield to the negativity of failure. Give your best in all endeavors to release regret or self-blame for having done less. Making mistakes is necessary for growth, with each lesson learned taking you closer to your goal. Once you agree to God's rules, the first thing you need to change is the word you've gotten accustomed to associating with any negative experience: pain. Its use may be understandable, since we feel hurt in some way. But when you attach an extreme negative to yourself, you're beaten before you get out of the starting gate. Therefore, let's simply refer to these experiences as losses of energy. Although this is still a negative condition, it minimizes its limitation, since now we have something we can examine and repair: a loss of energy. Another way to dissipate the negative energy we associate with pain is to be grateful for it. Any adversity can be a blessing in disguise if we choose to see it as such. Gratitude for all that occurs in life, including those things we may initially perceive to be painful, allows us to tap into the healing power of the universe. Once we choose to look for the blessing, the path to it will be revealed. It is within your willful decision to take a positive action that the understanding of the system of quadrality and its four pathways can be effectively applied to a personal therapy or self-treatment program. By separating yourself from this loss of energy, you no longer own it. Unattached, it loses its power over you. The loss of energy is still present, but the ability to respond has been returned to you. It is best to initiate this self-examination as soon as you notice a loss in energy, while the evidence you seek is still clear. Beginning in the realm of experience as a transition from positive to negative, it may take you a while to become aware of the loss of being in control. But with attentive practice, you'll soon find yourself naturally switching from dying inside as the participant to living outside as the witness. Next, as your own best witness to the events in your life, Re-examine that moment when the loss of energy occurred. Listen for the voice of God or draw from the universal wisdom flowing within you. To do so requires an analytic impartiality that you can't attain if you're emotionally involved. Meditation can help, especially since you'll be processing the information and forming conclusions with your mind. And that needs to be free from any cloudy thinking, which may actually contain the seed of the issue. A disempowering or limiting belief can only be accessed by a mind clear enough to see the truth and a willingness to look for it. But sometimes you simply have to snap yourself out of whatever negative spiral you're caught in, be it anger, pity, fear, depression, hopelessness, or whatever. So, detach your mind from your heart for a moment, get it clear and focused, and start by letting the witness ask the participant part of yourself where the energy loss was experienced internally. Use language that helps the eternal part of you that doesn't own the pain to remain disassociated from the temporal part of you that for the time being does. For instance, you might try asking the following, using impersonal adjectives and pronouns. In what part of the body did the loss occur? Did it suddenly feel weak all over, or did a cramp start in the leg? Did its stomach hurt or throat get tight? Was the headache more a spinning feeling as eyes got blurry, or did it feel like being hit by a brick between them? How about the chest? Intense suffocation, or just out of breath? Or was it more like a burning ache? Of course, I'm not talking about an illness or injury that may require medical treatment, but losses in energy as a result of the issues we face. Remember, these are valuable clues for you to use, but you don't own them. At least, you don't as the witness, only as the participant. Now that you know the where, it's time to learn the what. What can you learn from the experience itself, and what is the participant's soul trying to tell you? Into which of the 4 general categories I listed earlier, corresponding to the 4 pathways to light and truth, does the experience fit? Was a physical act involved, or did a new or recurring negative thought bring it about? Were the feelings injured, or was the will sapped of strength? With these 2 clues, what triggered the energy loss and where it occurred, you can diffuse the disempowering issues you've retained until now, thus preventing further leaks, and then reclaim the energy lost by releasing them. This is where the system of quadrality and its 4 pathways will help, for now you become the participant again. In Figure 2, place the 2 clues you've discovered to see which paths apply, and then let them lead you to the specific words that clarify the situation or have some deeper meaning for you. Finally, look within the dualities and quadralities that all of these words can create to reveal the inner source of the energy loss, as well as the appropriate therapy or treatment to use to heal or fix it. The procedure I've intuited to facilitate this is called the 7 Steps to Well-Being, summarized in the next video. Till then, I'm Leone.